Welcome back to a Cyberpunk 2077 video. Consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. If I go ahead and earn your like rating, please leave a like. But let's jump straight into things. Now, CD Projekt Red's high anticipated game Cyberpunk 2077 looks to be hitting the grave very early after the release. And yeah, it's not looking good. So let's run through a few things. So as we know, we could get refunds for Cyberpunk 2077 at our own convenience. Cyberpunk 2077 owners receiving refunds without having to return the game. CD Projekt Red offered refunds after the game launched with a host of technical issues. See, we could get refunds even after the 14-day period. Normally when you buy a game, you have 14 days to get a refund, but with Cyberpunk it can go way beyond that and we can still get a refund. Now it's a difficult time for CD Projekt Red, and I do feel sorry for them. But what's happening at the moment is people are getting refunds for Cyberpunk 2077. They're getting their refund, they're getting their money, but they still have access to the game. Now that is strange, but maybe, over the next month they may be contacting them people to let them know we are now taking the game. Maybe they're not focusing on taking the game from players. They're putting all of their work into getting the game working right because they have basically a time limit to fix this game, as there are multiple companies suing CD Projekt Red for Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, multiple companies are suing CD Projekt Red, from Australia to Poland. I think there's a few departments in Poland that are suing Cyberpunk. Apparently an American company is also suing Cyberpunk, and there is much more. So let's carry on, guys. Let's get into things. So one guy who owned the collector's edition for Cyberpunk 2077 went ahead and said, let's break it down. One customer who bought the $250 Cyberpunk 2077 collector's edition said, "I was surprised I didn't need to send it back, so I still have everything. As a customer, I feel they made good on it. Just show proof and we'll return your money." So basically he went ahead and showed CD Projekt Red proof of purchase. They sent his $250 back, but he also got to keep the game, which was the collector's edition. He got to keep that. Now they might take it off of him later down the line, but as of now he still has the game and can still play the game, but he got his full refund. So that's quite interesting. I think CD Projekt Red, yeah, they will get the game back, or it's their way of showing, their apologies to the community of Cyberpunk, and by letting people keep the game even after refunds. Now, I don't think that will be the case for everybody, because they would just lose multi-millions, and they've already lost enough money as it is. So I think maybe customers at random are getting to keep the game as well as get a refund, but maybe some other players are not. And that is the case. I have some friends that have had a refund for Cyberpunk and they lost access to the game. So it could just be chosen people. They're lucky, I guess, really. And yeah, let's carry on, guys. CD Projekt vows to defend itself against Cyberpunk 2077 lawsuits. So as everyone is aware, Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red are being sued by multiple lawsuits, and they're not just being sued, they've been told that you will be sued if the game is not fixed at this specific time. And that specific time is the end of February. CD Projekt Red need to fix their game on current gen consoles, or shall I say last gen consoles. They need to fix it on there, because if they don't, they're sued. That could be the end of Cyberpunk. And I believe CD Projekt Red will deliver, and I will tell you why. We'll get straight into that. But the reason why, me personally, I think they should have just released Cyberpunk on next gen consoles and PC, But they didn't. They done it on last gen consoles, and the game broke. The FPS just dropped dramatically. The game is completely broken on last gen consoles. I did get my refund on last gen console, and the reason why they're getting sued for that is because they promised the community that the game is running perfectly on last gen consoles, which it wasn't. It was a lie, and that is why multiple companies are trying to sue CD Projekt Red for their launch on last gen consoles. Makes sense, but at the same time, I feel sorry for CD Projekt Red. Yeah, they shouldn't have lied, but they're just developers that are trying to make an amazing game, and the game has potential. I've played it. I played it a fair bit, and what I see, absolutely amazing. It is a beautiful game, but the graphics, the FPS drop, everything just screwed the game over. It ended up being not playable for me. So I got my refund for last gen console after a few weeks, and getting into what's to come very, very soon. Preferably, I believe it's tomorrow. We're getting a massive update for last gen consoles for Cyberpunk 2077. Now, I want you guys to take that with a pinch of salt. The very last three major updates we've had for Cyberpunk was meant to be fixes for graphics, FPS drops, and just the game performances in general. After those three big updates, I went on to play Cyberpunk on last gen console to test it out. I was waiting for fixes. Nothing changed. It was a total of around 30 to 50 gig of fixes, and nothing was fixed. The game was still broke. The graphics were awful. I was falling through the map. I was falling through walls. I would just simply teleport anywhere on the map. It was absolutely a mess. And it is confirmed that we will be receiving an update, and this will be the start of many updates to completely fix the game on last gen consoles. Based on CD Projekt Red's initial estimates, the new patch will be released by January 23rd at the latest. However, it seems much more likely that the update 1.7 will have a January 22nd release date. In terms of patch notes, the early indicators are that CD Projekt will focus on performance updates for last gen consoles. CD Projekt Red has stated that while the updates won't make the PS4 and Xbox One versions look like they're running on high spec PCs or next gen consoles, the experience will be much closer than what it is now. This should mean that PS4 and Xbox One versions look like they're running on high spec PCs on the next gen consoles. The experience will be much closer than it is now. And here it is, guys. This should mean that PS4 and Xbox One versions will benefit from improved frame rates on base devices. CD Projekt will also prioritize fixes for Cyberpunk's various game-breaking bugs and glitches. So when those updates arrive from tomorrow and upwards into February, us players will be the judge of that, and we will wait and see what the law firms do in the long run. But that is a video. I'm SG. I'll catch you guys next time.